Old friends come in a variety of gift wraps. There's the I love them and still see them all the time. There's the I love them but I can only take them like twice a year. There's the I love him but we've lost touch, don't know where the guy is. Or there's thank God that creep is out of my life. What did we ever see in the first place? Oh yeah, he drove the carpool to school. Barry is a guy that I've always adored. And I'm sorry to say I have lost touch with him over the years. Tall, slim, with jet black hair and an air of confidence and ease. Barry walked the same way that he shot pool. Smooth, man, smooth, like a gliding, striding. I never saw anyone beat him at pool, and I certainly don't ever recall getting more than a few points before he cleaned the table. And you should have seen him in a game of ping pong. His best shot was that he'd step around the side of the table, look you right in the eye, and hit the ball in exactly the opposite direction. The guy was a complete mystery. He wore polished black shoes, including in the winter, and everybody would be huddled in parkas, and he'd be wearing a perfect wool or sealskin top coat. Frankly, he looked like a very successful and likable mobster, and he was just a teenager. I think Barry was a year ahead of me in school, but in college we ended up being great buddies. He lived in this red brick apartment at the corner of Main and Cathedral with his parents and his sister, and I always thought that this was very elegant, and it was just my problem, really, because it wasn't elegant. It was a very modest, not very expensive building, but there was something about his style that made it seem like he would lived in a Park Avenue apartment or something. He was also comically, ridiculously generous. I was 15 going to college, and I smoked, but I didn't have any money or cigarettes, and I couldn't ask my mother for cigarette money, and Barry would always give me a smoke or two. And then after a short period, I'm not making this up, this guy would hand me a fresh, unpackaged, still with all the seal on it, pack of cigarettes every morning, and no protesting was useless because he just did that forever. I mean, it was just amazing. Anyways, he moved to Montreal, became the vice president of a gigantic, famous retail chain, and he flew to Reno, Atlantic City, and Vegas regularly to gamble because he loved gambling. To my knowledge, he remained one of those rare birds who won and lost, but never went bankrupt or anything. And then when I asked him about his second marriage some 40 years ago, he immediately replied, "Oh, she's great. She loves to gamble." It's no accident that both Paul Simon and Jacques Brel wrote a couple of great songs about old friends. Pickle, remember and cherish old friends. Stay with them as long as you can.